So just like your hamstrings or your glutes, your upper back muscles are usually long and taut because they're always being stretched out towards the front of you. So this means that your upper back muscles should be strengthened rather than stretched more than it already is, and you should be relaxing the opposing muscles in the front. The reason that you would foam roll your upper back is just to increase blood flow, hydration, all that. What you're going to need is just a regular smooth-sided foam roller or something a little bit more dense, or maybe with some bumps on it to reach deeper layers of tissue. But I wouldn't recommend this for someone just beginning. So the area that we're focusing on is just below the shoulder blades to the top of the shoulder blade. You don't want to get your lower back and you don't want to get your neck. So you're pretty simply just lying back on the roller. You want to try to relax your chest muscles as much as possible and look upward. You're placing your hands behind your head and lifting your hips up off the floor 1 inch per second. You probably won't feel a lot of pain points. If you do, pause on them for 30 seconds. And then roll back down. And you're doing this 4 times through. The second part to this is going to be doing a cross friction motion, and you are going to be thinking about touching your elbow to your knee while you're doing this. I'm going to try and do it this way to give you a better view. Placing the roller in the middle of the segment, hands behind you, chest relaxed, setting your hips down on the floor. You are reaching side to side 4 or 5 times. Equipment for the second technique would be 2 massage balls, or these are just a couple of Megatron's tennis balls, or I have something like this. It's already 2 balls put together. It's pretty soft. You can put it in the freezer. People might take these and put them inside of a sock or something to keep them from rolling around. And you might want something like a yoga block, especially if you are a beginner. It helps take off some of the pressure. So for this one, you are working your shoulder blades in 3 segments, from the bottom of the shoulder blade, 1/3 of the way up, 1/3 of the way to 2/3 of the way, and then 2/3 of the way to the top of your shoulder blades. You're going to take your massage balls and place them side by side on the floor. You're going to lie back onto the massage balls with 1 on each side of your spine at the bottom of your shoulder blades. And that alone adds quite a bit of pressure. So if you have a yoga block, you can use it as a pillow to help relieve some pressure. And you want to relax your chest muscles as much as possible. So having some help supporting your head is going to take some of the work off of the chest and shoulders. If you are trying to hold yourself up with your chest and shoulders, that's going to reduce the effectiveness of rolling your back. So this first area, you aren't rolling at all. You're just sitting into it, trying to relax. And then you're going to be doing 4 to 5 rotations. So you're crossing your arms lightly in front of you, and you're dipping or reaching your shoulders back 1 at a time. So right down to the floor, left down to the floor. 4 or 5 times. And you're making sure to keep your hips still while you're doing this. You're not twisting and rolling your whole body, just your shoulders and your upper spine. The next part to this technique is shoulder flexion. So again, you're keeping your hips on the floor and you are reaching from down at your sides slowly up over your head toward the floor, but you don't have to touch the floor. Just go as far as you can and back down 4 or 5 times. And to finish that technique, you're doing the same thing, except you're just rolling the balls up your spine into each of those 3 zones, the bottom, the middle, the top of the shoulder blade, and you are repeating those rotations and the shoulder flexions all the same. And next up, we are working on the muscles of the shoulder.